I just have a question about students walking. You did say that they would be walking through the foliage. How dense is that? And would it be on these trails that are listed here?
Yes, there's an existing trail that goes from the park up in the top of the site. There's a park and planning.
Yeah, Maryland National Capital Park Planning. I see
Yeah,
it.
we have to go back.
Yeah, the mic.
Mike, that's all I want.
Put the mic on.
In the upper left-hand corner of the site plan, there's an existing park and planning park that has a path that goes through the community, and it goes all the way through the community, and people actually use that path now to go down to Metro. So people use it more than just to go to the school as they come along it. So it goes right along the edge of the property, and we're extending that path to go into the school entrance as well.
The density of those, maybe that just looks that way in the pictures, but I don't know. I'm just concerned about safety of children.
Yes.
The pedestrian access is one of our critical safety factors that we do look at. However, keep in mind that the graphic is not really what is shown in reality, but it is. The school site is located in a very heavily residential area surrounded by parks, and it does have established sidewalk systems that are somewhat better than other communities. But I think more concerns that I have is one way in, one way out, using the Hayden Drive for both cars and buses. So we're going to be continually working with Montgomery County's Transportation and Public Works to see what options that we have further to alleviate some of the traffic concerns and issues.
I have a question about the gym. It's on the lower level, and the park, I mean, I can't tell. It looks like the parking is on the mid-level.
Yes.
And so in terms of access to the gym on weekends, when the school is not in use,
Yes.
will it be from outside where you go down to it through
Yes.
an outside staircase?
Yes. There's a main stair on the outside of the building that goes down, and a ramp that wraps around and goes down to the gymnasium entrance. It's directly off the parking lot. So during the school day, or during when an activity is going on in the school, they might come in through the front door, or they may go down and use the park site entrance as well. That was part of the compromise of trying to decide, well, which level should the gym be on? And we tried it on each level, and after discussion, the thought was better to be on the field level and with easy access from the outside down there.
I mean, I guess I just am envisioning, having had kids that played basketball in school gyms, and I remember one unnamed elementary school, but several years ago during snow and ice, I mean, when, schools were open for outside activities, some of that wasn't so visitor friendly because it was on a weekend and we weren't really geared up, and I just,
Right.
I mean, I understand you've got limited space to put parking spaces, but I worry about, conditions.
Yeah, I think I know the school you're talking about too, but also at the same time, the exposure is there's 4 classrooms on the upper level that will be exposed to the community during evening time to allow gym access. The remainder of 31 teaching station will be secure from public use. But at the same token, given the site condition where it has very limited access point from the bus loop and parking, not everything can be off of at that same level in the same location. So we looked at it from a perspective of what is most important: admin and service for the kitchens to be able to deliver, and bus to be able to unload buses to unload kids coming into through the main entrance. So that took up most of that front entry portion. So gym is somewhat has to be associated with the ball field. So I thought it was somewhat fair of compromise.
And I guess I want to share in Judy's concerns about students walking on a park sidewalk or path, and I mean, maybe it's just how we're envisioning the wooded area adjacent to that sidewalk. But I mean, I guess I have some concerns about that. I mean, I realize it's being used by the community now to get to Metro, but talking about elementary school age children walking, on a
The main sidewalk from the street goes not through the park, directly to the front door. But there are existing park sidewalks that go right through the site now, and the community members that were there expressed their support of saying they wanted to make sure they stayed open because they were the paths that they use to get to the metro right now. So there is a direct path directly to the front door without going to the parks, but the park entrances right now, the perception is that they would stay open as well.
I mean, I know that we have, I think it's Highland View, there's a park path right near the school, and, it was a concern when portables were at that school. I mean, I understand the community wanting it, but I also understand, not being able to control adults walking through school area is a concern.
And I'm concerned that people will be going to the metro in the morning, but in the afternoon they won't when the kids are coming out. And I'm just remembering how it was when we were looking at the kids from Lincoln Park going to Rockville and that pathway they have to use. I mean, it's just isolated, and so then we put a bus in because it wasn't good for high school kids. So that's all. Just maybe I need to come and look at it.
Yeah. I think it's keep in mind that there is that main sidewalk through the Hayden Drive that anybody can access to the building. But at the same token, the school is not only just a place to learn, but it's also a community building as well. So we like to provide as much access as possible. I think the issue is going to be how we can provide safe access for people.
I think safer access for the kids, but I also, have, during the course of the day when children are out on the fields to make sure that we're not creating a situation for easy access. And maybe I'm being overly paranoid about it, and I understand schools are the center of our community, but we're charged with being with safety of the children. Okay, we have a.
Can I just say that I share those concerns? And the other question that I still come up with these pathways is maintaining them during bad weather, because I know we got a series of emails on this pathway is unsafe and dangerous, and it wasn't our property. So who's going to be, is it paved? Is it going to be clear? What happens when it snows?
These sidewalk systems are currently paved, and we'll look at the condition of the pavement, and if it needs to be replaced, we'll work with Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission to upgrade those sidewalk systems. But in terms of maintenance, it's really up to the property line that we are responsible for. And we'll continue to coordinate, as we did through this snowstorm, with various agencies and sidewalk system clearing to make sure there is safe access to the building.
All right, we have a motion before us to approve these plans for Down County Consortium Elementary number 29. All those in favor? It's unanimous. Thank you.
I want to thank our architect and James for a difficult site. Not much territory down there to build on, so I appreciate that. And Cheryl, I want to thank you personally and professionally for helping us with a very difficult situation with your overcrowding. I think you were a key element in being able to solve or come to resolution on these things, so thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we are now